Hey, what's up, YouTube? It is Melly back with Melly Loves Death Metal, except I'm not talking death metal today. I'm talking thrash metal, which, if you know me, you know thrash metal is one of my all-time favorite music genres. I absolutely love it, and I've been collecting and trying to hunt all these old classics and get into my collection lately. In fact, that is pretty much all I've been trying to find lately. Excuse me. It is like super early in the morning. I'm exhausted. I'm not quite awake yet. I had a very long weekend. So if I keep yawning, that is why. But I'm going to show off a tape, two CDs, and a vinyl today. Four phenomenal thrash records. One of them I guess you could consider a death thrash record, but whatever. It's thrash to me. But yeah, excited to talk about these albums. Again, I absolutely love them. And let's get into it. So the first one I feel like needs absolutely no introduction. If you're a thrash fan, you probably either own this or you've seen it or heard it or just remember when it came out. This is Forced Entry Uncertain Future, 1989 Combat Records, which I think I have a first pressing of this on tape. I don't know. I can't remember. One of the first thrash albums I ever bought with my own money. Very long time ago. This was definitely one of those judged by the covers and what I picked up from the local music store that I had in my town. I loved the album artwork, and that was the only reason why I bought it. I asked the guy at the counter, "What does this sound like?" And he said, "Well, do you like Slayer?" I was like, "Yes." He's like, "Do you like Slayer a lot?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "You'll like this." Doesn't really remind me much of Slayer, to be honest with you, but he asked me if I like Slayer. I said, yeah, and he said, I like this, which ended up being good. He was a good salesman because I bought into it. But yeah, I remember listening to the hell out of this when I first got it. I kept it in relatively good condition. This is a little bit yellowed, the lyrics, but yeah. Band is out of Seattle. They have one other record that I would be just going to admit I like slightly more than this one, but I don't own it on physical media. I am searching for it. I originally was going to try and get the tape, but I think I might get the CD just because tapes don't last forever. And I've stopped buying tapes recently for that reason. And because when I started buying CDs again, that was a good reminder that CDs sound phenomenal compared to tapes. So yeah, I'm As Above, So Below is the second full length that came out. That one I like slightly more than this one. But still, this is a phenomenal record. I don't think it sounds like Slayer. I don't know what that guy was trying to sell me, and he did a good job of selling it to me. But yeah, like I said, I don't think you need this to be no introduction to this. I feel like everybody knows what this album is. The second one that I have to show off is I actually showed this on the Heavy Metallurgy stream that I did with Alan and Marty, where it was our thrash favorites. That was a fun stream. And ever since that stream, I have been hunting and trying to get stuff in. But I figured I'd show these off today, talk about them, get them out of the way. This one is Abomination, self-titled, band out of Chicago. They have one other full length that came out after this, which I really like too, and I'm going to try and get that one. But this one I absolutely love. This is very much a death thrash album because it is Paul Speckman. And if you know who Paul Speckman is, master. But yeah, very much an amazing record. There's the back. This is from MDD Records, label and mail order out of Germany. I'm not too familiar with them, but yeah, I picked this up on Discogs about a year ago because I used to own this on CD a while back in the day. I spent a lot of money on it, I remember. And then I sold it when I sold off my CDs. And when I was starting to get the Thrash Collection back up and running, I hunted this, and it looks like they reissued this. So yeah, nice little fold-out poster, lyrics on the other side, and then there's that stuff. So yeah, Paul Speckman from Master. This is his death thrash band that he had. This is a phenomenal record. You should definitely check it out if you've never heard it. And if you're into that death thrash sound, you'll love this. It is so, so good. This is a classic. I feel like if you don't know this, definitely check this out. You'll probably love it. I'm assuming most of you will probably know this album, though. If you're watching this channel, you most likely know it. All right, the second CD I have is Cream of the Crop Thrash to me. So good. And ironically, they're out of the UK. This is Reanimator with Condemned to Eternity. This is their first full length. They have two others I need to get. I do like those two, but this one was my favorite out of all three of their full lengths. This also has the Deny Reality EP on it, so this is considered a comp. This is Craze Records. Is that a legit record company? I see them on Discogs. I see them the stuff for sale all the time. It's a nice CD. It's printed nice. I can't remember if it's like legit or not. But yeah, and then there's the Deny Reality EP. Band out of the UK, like I said, this is just top-notch thrash metal. Definitely check this out. It's got the a little bit higher pitched vocals, but yeah, I love this album. Again, this makes me feel like it's maybe not an official release. I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe it is. But excuse me. There's that yawn. Oh, did everybody just yawn with me? I'm tired. I got this on Discogs a long time ago. I don't know. I meant to look it up and see if this is an official issue or not. I can't remember. But if not, whatever. It sounds phenomenal. But yeah, this is such a great album. Check this out. If you've never heard this. Again, I talked about this also on the Heavy Metallurgy stream. And then finally, I saved my favorite of this video for last. This is just one of my all-time favorite thrash records, which I'm going to do with my top thrash albums. This probably needs absolutely no introduction. Heathen, Victims of Deception. I love all of Heathen's albums. This one recently kind of topped my chart lately. It's been hitting me a little bit differently than the others. But yeah, this is such a great album. How many albums does Heathen have out? I think like 3? Let me look this up. I don't have it in my notes for some reason. Heathen band. Bay Area thrash, by the way, if you were not familiar. Yeah, they have 3 other records. Breaking the Silence is so good. I love that album. There's just one, The Evolution of Chaos is good. That came out in 2009. I mean, not my favorite. And then Empire of the Blind came out in 2020, and that's a good album too. I enjoyed it, but the first 2 albums cannot be beat, and this one is just so freaking top-notch. So this is a Roadrunner Records version, but it was put out by Music on Vinyl, so it's not like a first issue by any means. It's a double LP. It's black, the classic Roadrunner labels there. And then there is a printed inner sheet of just lyrics. That's it. It's a really nice record, though. It sounds phenomenal. This is like their audiophile series that they've been doing. I actually just got this a couple of weeks ago. I had never owned this on physical copy. It ended up being $3 more than the CD. I was like, well, I'm just going to get the record. But I do have Breaking the Silence, and I've considered that one to be my favorite for a very long time until recently I started listening to this more, and I feel like I like this just a tad more now. But my favorite song on here is Heathen's song. It's a 9-minute, just epic freaking thrash ballad is what I like to call it. And then also Kill the King, Rainbow cover is on here, and I think they do a really good job of it. So this is a phenomenal record. It's an hour long, so it's a long thrash record, but it's definitely worth your time. It's got the higher pitched vocal style. If you're not familiar with Heathen, which I feel like you're probably familiar with Heathen if you're watching this, but yeah. One of my all-time favorite thrash records. Bands in general, like I said, Breaking the Silence is amazing too. This came out in 1991, so that 90s thrash. But yeah, just phenomenal. So that's all that I had. Interested to know what your guys' thoughts are on these thrash records. This is just a preliminary first video. I'll do several more because I've got a lot of thrash albums to show off. And like I said, I've been hunting some. I've got a stack that I'm looking at right now of CDs that I bought the last several weeks of just records that I've always wanted to own on physical format and never have, and I finally have them now. So I'll show them off and talk about it. But that's all I have, and I will see you guys in the next one.